Hi guys, it's Heather. So I just recently finally just bit the bullet and got on and became a Dance2fit instructor. I'm so excited. I wanted to do that forever now. Before I started posting videos on YouTube for you guys, I wanted to kind of just tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm a mom of 5, so if you hear chaos in the background, it's never quiet in my house. We just recently moved to Missouri from Arkansas. Well, not necessarily recently, it was 2 years ago. And back in Arkansas, I started going to a little small town local gym. My youngest 2 are twins, so I gained quite a bit of weight with them. I was on bed rest for a while, and so after I had them, I started going to the gym, and a friend of mine talked me into going to some Zumba classes, and I fell in love with it. It wasn't like salsa Zumba like what I was thinking it was going to be. It was hip hop and, you know, songs that like I listen to. And within just a few months, whenever the instructor at the time, well, I guess she's still the instructor, but like whenever she couldn't be there, I would fill in for her, or if she was running late because her kids played ball, you know, I would go ahead and start class and like do a warm-up song before she got there. And I think it was about 6 months, and I talked to the owner of the gym, another friend of mine, and we were kind of just chatting, and she ended up giving me my own day a week where I taught class, and it was so much fun. I loved going. I loved the connection with these girls. You know, we all had different stories and different backgrounds, and most of us had kids, and it was a place where I could go, and I could even take my kids with me and, you know, still exercise, still kind of get some grown-up interaction, I guess. And you know, we did end up moving, and we finally bought a house in Missouri. We wanted to move closer to my mom. And after being up here and not doing any kind of exercising, because if you've bought a house, you know how insanely stressful it was. My husband at the time, he's an electrician. He was working out of town, so it was kind of like I was at the time being a single mom of 5 kids, and sorry, he's distracting me. The kids are yelling. Where was I? Sorry, I'm scatterbrained. You'll learn as you follow me on my videos. So anyways, it was like I was being a single mom of 5 kids. I moved up here. I didn't know anyone. We moved during the summer, and between trying to find a house to buy, trying to find schools, trying to just everything, you know, we uprooted everything to move to a whole new place where the only person I knew was my mom and her husband. I started to get very depressed. I gained a lot of weight, and after we started to get settled, I went to a place around here in one of the towns and applied for an instructor job. And I went and kind of did like an audition, I guess you could say, where the I guess manager, I don't really know what you would call her. Anyways, she was there and I went and taught, basically, kind of taught a little class just to her, and I think I did maybe 4 songs, but I was nervous. It was a very big place. It was actually at a YMCA, and whenever I first walked into the room, the first thing I noticed is that the whole room was nothing but mirrors, just wall, all complete mirrors. And it really intimidated me. I knew that I had gained a bunch of weight, and I was so used to the, small town, homey gym that I had learned and taught and was just, so comfortable with. It was very intimidating, but I tried not to let it get to me. I taught class, I guess class, it was just her and me, but a few days later she called and said that she didn't necessarily believe that I had been teaching Zumba. By that time, it had been about 2 years since my, very first, I guess, encounter with Zumba. And she said that she didn't believe me because, what kind of place doesn't have mirrors, and I wouldn't make eye contact. And, I do have social anxiety, and I do deal with things like that. So I honestly can't remember if I was making eye contact or not, but more than likely I was probably just looking at the floor. But I was used to, in the classes that I had done and that I had taught, and even now whenever I go back to Arkansas to visit, and we'll all get together and have one big class while I'm in town, we still meet in the same place, and we take our shoes off, we turn the radio up as loud as it'll go, we turn the lights off most of the time, because that's how we're comfortable. And that's, to me, other than just enjoying yourself and having fun, I think it's so important for you to be comfortable. Everyone has to start somewhere. Just like me right now, this is my very first YouTube video, and before we started I told my husband like 5 times, I don't know if I want to do this, but everyone has to start somewhere. So kind of going back to my audition or interview, I had mentioned that, I don't think in 2.5 years or 2 years, whatever it was, that I've ever done this with my shoes on. I've always done it with my shoes off. That's just, I was comfortable that way. And she was like, well, you better never take your shoes off here, because we just don't do that. And so, anyways, long story short, I did not get the job. At the end of our phone call, she told me that I needed to work on myself before I needed to try and work on others. And I told everybody that it was fine, it just wasn't the right time, but it really, really bothered me a lot. Like, it really got to me. I'm not sure exactly how she meant it, but being kind of in that depressed state, gaining weight, being in a new town where I didn't know anybody, I took it hard, like really hard. And I honestly, for the next year that we lived here, I never did another dance. I never did Zumba at home. At that time, I still called it Zumba because that's just, what I had known it by. But I have been following Jessica since she posted Dark Horse, and so I wasn't watching her videos, I wasn't doing the dance fitness, I wasn't doing anything. Just a few months after we moved here, I started cosmetology school because I figured that, well, I mean, I do love doing hair. I've always loved doing hair, but I also thought that it would get me out there. It would help me meet people, get me out of the house, and maybe I wouldn't just kind of be depressed all the time. I would have to say, I hate to openly admit this, I gained 45 pounds just in the 10 months that I was in cosmetology school. It was hard for me because at this time, you know, after we bought our house and everything, my husband found a job here close to home, so he wasn't working out on the road anymore. And for, I don't know, the last 10 years, my job was to be a mom. I was a mom and a wife, and that was before everything. So being gone 8 hours a day, I had to put the kids in after school care, and actually before care and after school care, because the school I was going to was 45 minutes away, and I never seen them. I would get home, we would eat, they would go to bed. And I eventually ended up changing my schedule around so I could be home with them a little bit more, you know, at least be here to get them off the bus and do homework with them and stuff. But between that and, you know, it's hard to sit at school and eat a salad when 9 people in there with you are eating cheeseburgers and tacos, and, you know, so we would eat out every single day. And it was so much easier in between clients whenever I got to the point in my program where I was, you know, taking clients. It was so much easier to run to the vending machine and grab a soda than to walk all the way to the back of the building and get a drink of water, which I know is just an excuse, but when you have back-to-back clients, if any of you are hairstylists out there, you, I hope, understand what I mean. So anyways, I got out of cosmetology school, and while I was in school, I developed plantar fasciitis and a bone spur. So just right after I got out of school, I had to have surgery on my foot. And I just recently had been released to, you know, start exercising and start doing more. I wasn't even allowed to squat for the longest time. I'm still not released to run, which is fine by me, you know, but so I just, all these things have added up and added up and added up, and I finally sat down with my husband and I was like, look, I am unhappy, you know, with myself. I can't do this. I am overweight. I miss classes. I miss it so much. I still follow Jessica. I love all of her videos. I think she's great. And I have a few other people that I follow. Fat Girl Fed Up. She is wonderful. She's amazing. Like, what she's done in the last couple of years is just amazing. It's mind-blowing to me. So I give you a 2 big thumbs up. And I follow a few other people, and I said, you know, I'm going to start doing this again. I'm going to clean out my craft room, which is kind of where I'm at now. I love making bows and crafting So it's like I'm going to move all that to one side, and I'm going to start doing videos, or watching videos and doing the exercises again. And we just got to talking about it more, and I've kind of been on this journey. I joined Weight Watchers, and the other day, Jessica James, I'm sure that you guys have known who I've been talking about whenever I say Jessica, but it's, Dance Fitness with Jessica. She posted a video one night, just a few nights ago, said that you don't have to be scared, basically. That, you're not too big, you're not too weak, you're not, I'm not quoting her, I can't remember exactly word for word what she said, but it spoke to me. And I promise you, the next day, I got online, I took the courses, and I became a Dance2fit instructor. Because I knew that that's what I've wanted to do since the day I first stepped foot in that Zumba class. And, I know, first of all, Zumba and Dance2fit are completely two different things. But, back home, small town, they just call it Zumba classes. So, that's why I'm here. I feel like, why should I have to wait, You shouldn't have to wait. You don't let things hold you back. We have now, September will make 3 years that we've lived here in Missouri. And, I finished cosmetology school. I finished with, I'm licensed in 100 things, I feel like. I found a salon. I actually get to, start at a salon, and I'm very excited about that. But in the big picture, I feel like the last 3 years have been a standstill. I have let so much hold me back. And why? Why should I? Just because I'm not, this big around? And even, people who are skinny, there's nothing wrong with that. You are beautiful no matter what size you are. And you can do anything you want no matter what size you are. But I feel like that's kind of my thing, I'm not going to stand up in a class. I'm right now working on a location. I have to go to a few places this week and find a location to start teaching the Dance2fit classes. But I'm not going to stand up in front of you and say, do this and do this and do this to look a certain way. I'm going to stand up in front of you and we're going to do this together. I have such a long way to come, before I hit my goals. And you may have a different story. Everyone has their own pace. Everyone has their own goals. But, let's do this together. That's basically my point in all of this, is I just want to be in a family. And I feel like Dance2fit does that. They create a family who have so many different backgrounds, and they make you feel comfortable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, so yeah, that's where I'm at. I am hoping to find a place soon and be able to start teaching some classes at night, because I'll be working at the salon during the day. But I'm gonna start posting videos for you guys. I hope that you enjoy them, and if you do, please subscribe and share and tell your friends. And I have a lot of dances that I've made myself just from the past, whenever I was teaching in Arkansas. So I'll be posting them. I might post a few dances that Jessica has come up with, just because, you know, everybody does everything different. I promise you, I cannot squat like she does, and I don't even think I can make my booty bounce the way that she does, but I'm definitely going to try. I think she's great, so if you don't follow her, you really should check her out. And, yeah, so I guess that's all I've got to say right now. I am sorry this video is 20 minutes long, but it just, I feel like, kind of broke the ice. And so yeah, I'll get you some dances posted, and hopefully you enjoy them. If you do, like I said, subscribe, share, tell your friends. I have made my Dance2fit Instagram page an open page, so I will add the, sorry, I'm new to all this. I will add my Instagram name to my YouTube channel, so you can follow me on there. And like I said, we're in this together. So let's get started. Bye.